Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stomped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we are taking a look at the new 40 stamina Big Mom event. Now, the free-to-play Big Mom and Charlotte Pudding have just released with the new Boa Sugafest, but before we look at the teams, let's have a look at what the unit actually does. So, Big Mom reduces or defeats all enemies with current HP of 100 times less than her attack, reduces crew's paralysis, recovery down, and bind duration by 4 turns, and if there are 3 or more side characters, she sets the chain multiplier 2.75 for 3 turns, so that's really good. Really strong special ability. Her captain ability doesn't really matter. Her support doesn't matter, it's just stats. Her crewmate just gives extra stats to side units, but basically the reason you want to farm her up is for her special. But before you do that, I would definitely recommend farming up this unit here. Just a credit to the art too, by the way. Oh, it's beautiful. This pudding is great for the final stage against Big Mom, as she reduces all enemies' resilience by 4 turns, reduces crew's despair by 4 turns, and makes recovery and Psych's characters recovery and T&D matching. Her captain sucks, but she does have a very good sailor in her sight or getting carried over if you hit her perfect. So the main reason you want to farm her up is for her special, as it's very useful in the final stages of Big Mom, and as you guys will see in all 4 of my teams, she features in all of them. So let's have a look at the teams now. So the first team I have is a double Boa team. Now, if you guys didn't check out my Sugafest pools, definitely check them out, because we managed to pull the girl Boa. She's incredible. She's such a good leader. She's got such a cool mechanic. She's so fast too. Reduces crew's special time by 2. She goes up to a 5 times captain ability. Her special is just insane with her mellow ability, and then her super typing is incredible too. So that's the first team. Next we have a V3 lore team. The 2 things to note on this team is we do have V1 Rayleigh and Corazon as supports. The rest is just a lot of fun. It was fun bringing the rare recruits actually of his batch. Next we have a double Shanks crew team. You know me and my boy Shanks crew, we're always going to be getting it done with Shanks crew. The main units you want to bring on this are the Opera and the V2 Alkaji, besides obviously the pudding. And then the last team is the team I'll be using to farm it with is the Chopper-led team. Double Chopper, just for those extra cotton candy drops. So all these teams will work fine, as side characters are just like incredibly strong against this content. So let's take a look at the first team. This is the Boa team. And on stage 4, we come up against Smoothie. Smoothie is an int unit who gives us 4 turns of paralysis. So you do want to bring a character to get around that. But for this particular team, I actually didn't, because I wanted to show off how strong this mellow ability is. The fact that you can just like lock a character for 15 hit counters is just insane. So we can infinitely stall on Smoothie, provided we don't hit that 15 hit counters. But obviously the maximum that you're going to be doing is 8, but the minimum you have to do is about 4. So it's pretty cool that you can just sort of lock her in and just stall out the paralysis that way. It works really well. Something I forgot to note too is we are using the Liberal Hind on all of these teams, as we are running all mono side teams. But now that we've just had a little bit of fun with Boa, we can use our super typing and move on to the final stage. Against Big Mom now. Big Mom is going to give us, I think it's 6 turns of despair, which goes down to 3 with sockets. She has 4 turns of resilience, which is a bit annoying. She puts up a defensive shield, which is 50% reduction against all types except for Psy, and then becomes an int unit. So again, this is why you want to bring Psy units. She's going to give you 3 turns of burn, and she's going to lock your chain multiplier at 1.1 for 3 turns as well. So that's fairly finicky and fairly annoying as well. But basically, if you just use pudding here, you can get around the despair, and you can get around the resilience quite fine. And then we are just going to use our Rebecca and our Viola specials. Finish it off with our Boa super typing, and we can just blast through Big Mom. Basically, if you just bring pudding, you'll be alright. But you can bring some units to get around that sort of chain lock, as you guys will see in the next team as well. But Boa just does this so damn easy. Claps. I didn't have to worry about it too much. I just sort of wanted to show off that mellow ability, as it's just stupidly overpowered, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for a couple of Boa videos in the next couple of days, as I'll definitely be taking her into some of the harder content in the game. On to the next team now. We have the V3 lore team, and as I mentioned in the beginning, we do have V1 Rayleigh and Corazon to remove the paralysis on stage 4 against Smoothie. And then we are going to use one of our Law specials. Now, Law's going to give us a massive Orb boost, 2.25, and then give us 2 turns of Chain Lock as well. Now, the reason we want to use Law special on this particular turn is we're going to carry in that Chain Lock into the next stage. Because we already have a Chain Lock, Big Mom can't really do too much to us. That 1.1 times Chain Lock is just going to get, is going to be irrelevant and isn't going to apply to us as we already have the Law Chain Lock buff up. But obviously that goes away as it is only 2 turns. So we do have Pudding again to remove the Resilience and the Despair. Then we can use our Luffy special. Luffy's going to give us an attack boost, and Sabo's then going to give us a chain buff. Then we can finish it off with Law special for the orbs and the chain lock. Kizaru is literally just on this team just to make things a little bit quicker with his special. He gives Psi units 2 turns of cooldown, but you can use the Liberal Hind as well to give extra cooldown there as well. So he's not overly essential. If you want to bring someone else like someone to remove special effects, you can always do that as well. I think someone of the new batch actually has that built in as a crewmate ability. I have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure we didn't have to worry about that with the Boa team. But as you guys can see there, even with the remove sound effects, the Law team does it easy claps. Onto my boy Shanks crew. You know it, you love it. We're using a Shanks crew team. So on the Smoothie stage, we are going to use the Wano Kuni Zoro special. He's going to remove the paralysis, set the defense to 0, and then we can use our Shanks crew special to give us 3 turns of chain lock. And basically what that means is we're going to be able to avoid the chain lock again, which is going to work out in our favor quite a bit. Very similar to how we did it with the V3 Law team. Now, if you have Markano, you can use the Markano support to remove sound effects or remove special effects. I totally use space, but you will see that in the next sort of team anyway. On to Big Mom now. We can use our Pudding special once again to remove the Gloom and the Resilience. Then we have Opera on this team. Opera is going to give us an Orb boost and Color Affinity boost. And then we have V2 Kuzan. V2 Kuzan is going to give us a full board of Orbs and is going to give us a 2.25 times attack boost for our Psi units. Works really, really well with Shanks crew. Shanks crew makes Quick and Psi Orbs matching. So no matter what, even with the Kuzan special, we're always going to get matching Orbs. And even though we can't see, we can still just absolutely destroy it with just 2 Shanks crew specials. It's 2 Shanks crew hits. The final team is a double chopper team. Now, if you want those cotton candy gains, now it's not guaranteed you're going to get cotton candy every time, as we do have the that sort of sherbety ice cream snow cone stuff. But there is the chance of getting cotton candy. So bringing chopper is going to help you guys get a little bit more out of your drops. So on stage 4 against Smoothie, we're going to use a chopper special to remove the paralysis, and then we're going to use our Shanks crew special to carry the chain lock into the final stage once again. But not overly necessary with the Shanks crew special, as totally spaced and didn't realize that VV was actually going to remove that. So still would recommend using the Shanks crew special on stage 4 just to be able to blitz your way through the Smoothie stage. But with the attack boost of Shanks, it does help out quite a bit too. So make sure you do switch into the Psi variation on that stage. On to Big Mom now. We're going to use Pudding special once again. We have our Opera special for the Orb and Color Affinity. And then we have VV for the 2 times attack boost. And with that, we can just blast our way through Big Mom and get those extra drops, which unfortunately I don't get in this particular run. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with more OPTC content I post, hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, guys, I thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you all in the next one. Lights!